All right, with week 4 in the books, we turn our attention to a blockbuster week 5. But first, let's take a look back at last year. You know, guys, with, our friend Nick Saban retiring, Kirby Smart thought, hey, maybe I can, beat Alabama. No, not the case. We saw a ridiculous performance, but that was maybe one of the best games of the year last year, the Ryan Williams catch and score. It was just a back and forth affair. Carson Beck was throwing balls downfield, and Georgia's receivers were catching them. Things didn't pan out the rest of the way, but nevertheless, week 5 is going to.
You're throwing a lot of shade today, man.
I'm feeling a little sassy tonight. That's all. We have a great week 5. Not only is Alabama going to go between the hedges to take on Georgia, we've also got Oregon making the cross-country flight to go into Happy Valley, and maybe one of the most anticipated whiteout games in recent memory for Penn State, or certainly with the level to which that game is going to be played at. Let's start between the hedges. Let's start with this game in Alabama and Georgia. These two teams have owned this conference over the last 10 years. I think 9 of the last 10 SEC titles have resided between Georgia and Alabama, with LSU coming in there in 2019. But if Alabama is going to end Georgia's 33-game home winning streak, Maddie, how would they go about doing it?
It's going to start with just protecting Ty Simpson, because I think we saw against this Wisconsin matchup a week ago that when they protect Ty Simpson and Ryan Grubb, he can dial up a lot of great plays for this quarterback. He is playing some really good football, despite what we may have thought against Florida State.
Right.
He's seeing the field extremely well. The accuracy in his throws is on a whole nother level. I mean, he's one of the most accurate deep ball throwers in college football right now. And with Jeremy Bernard as the leading receiver, Ryan Williams also, the second leading receiver of the team, pretty good guy. Isaiah Horton appeared in the game last week. That's a big thing. Horton here's a who, and he is involved in that offense. Lassier Brooks, the young man from Millville, New Jersey. I see you, dog. All right, really good skill group. They lack the ability to be patient running the football. That's one thing that Ryan Grubb and Kalen DeBoer have brought from Washington, their inability or patience to run the football. So they're just going to keep throwing it. If they can protect Ty Simpson, they can get after this Georgia secondary with that really talented receiver core.
Scoob, I think last year a lot of people's memories of Gunnar Stockton was, when he took over in the SEC title game, which was an impressive to help, get them the win. But, in the playoff, things didn't really pan out. It was a spot start for Gunnar, but I think he proved a lot to a lot of people in the win over Tennessee last weekend. What did he prove to you as far as to how he can kind of take this Georgia team to the next level?
That he can get the ball down the field and he can perform in those high-pressure situations. Now, the game against Tennessee, going into it, everyone was saying is he doesn't throw the ball 5 yards past the line of scrimmage, and he proved us wrong by completing a number of those passes and getting Georgia in a great position. I mean, he was 23 for 31, 304 yards, completed 74% of his passes, and had 2 touchdowns.
All right, that's enough of this game.
And Matt, as a Tennessee fan, was not a fan of that. But, I mean, some of the tight window throws, his ability to be able to run the ball as well, 13 carries for 38 yards. He's not afraid to get hit. I do look at last week's game and see that he was sacked for the first time all season, 4 times to be exact, which is not great in a game. So he has to be able to get rid of the ball a little bit quicker. Maybe they can help him out, because if I see that as Alabama, I'm like, okay, let's get a little bit more pressure on him and force him to, really throw the ball with somebody in his face. So he's going to need to be able to get used to that and adjust, but he is playing at home. It will be in a home environment. And one thing that he did really well in the game against Tennessee is that he had an offensive line that was completely shuffling throughout the game. I mean, he had 2 different right guards, 3 different right tackles against Tennessee, and he was still able to, find success in the field. Now, that might have been what led to those 4 sacks, but you got to be able to go through that adversity. And on top of that, continue to be able to run the ball so you can take pressure off of your young quarterback.
Let's go ahead and pick this game, Alabama and Georgia. Look, I think we were a little bit quick to judge Alabama. Oh, by the way, if you want to take a look at the record so far.
Damn, 6-0?
Yeah.
I swear I know a lot about football, all right, despite what that record says.
I would actually agree with that.
I just can't pick worth a damn, all right? But I know about the game.
See, you know too much. That's the problem.
Maybe I'm overthinking it.
That's
right,
what
Sam.
it is.
Yeah.
So let's pick this game, see if we can stay undefeated. I think we were a little bit quick to jump on Alabama this year after the loss to Florida State, similarly to how we were quick to jump on Clemson last year. I think that Alabama is a better team than we thought at the start of the year. I'm taking Alabama to go on the road and end Georgia's 33-game home winning streak.
I like it. I'm going with Alabama, too. I think Alabama's going to play a little bit more of a safer version of defense than we saw with Tim Banks and the Tennessee defense. I think they're going to play soft. I think they're going to force Gunnar Stockton to just dink and dunk all the way down the football field, and that's where I feel like Georgia rely on the running attack. Frazier, Phillips, Bowen. Allow them to tee off on this Alabama defensive front and protect your quarterback with a strong running game, but I still think Alabama gets the win.
You going to save the graphics, Scoop, for us?
Alabama coming in to play Georgia on their home field for the first time under Kirby Smart. You said that they have won 33 consecutive games in that environment. Kirby Smart is in revenge season right now with all the disrespect. He used to battle with Nick Saban, and now you're telling me Caleb DeBoring is going to beat him? Oh. Go Dogs.
Oh, very, come on, man. Very.
They're going to get this win. Shout out to my man DJ in our control room, because I'm the only one that seems to be on this hype train. Gunnar Stockton, a Georgia-born man, drives a Ford truck. He is Georgia and everything about Georgia. I'm taking the Dogs in this game to beat Alabama. I just think they're a tougher football team. They're coached better. And they're going to win.
All right.
A truck, by the way, that has no AC. So